Hello, Soul Tribe, my spiritual warriors, little earth angels. Welcome to our channel, Spiritual Guidance 1111. For those that are new, always you're welcome. I appreciate you. It's kind of like if you're just visiting, I appreciate you being here. For my subscribers, those that like, share, comment, email spiritualguidancechannel@gmail.com. I do have a couple of emails. One is a dream interpretation. And I got a really good email from someone named Calvin. Very touching. I thought about it all day today while I was working. I worked all day doing odds and ends of fixing this and fixing that. But very, very touching email. It was about his mother. And he has a lot of regret for something that happened, and I'll read you the email and we'll address it. And just, I guess, seeking some spiritual guidance. And I sent him an email back. I even put my phone number. Just if you want to talk. In fact, today someone called me to talk. I had a few minutes. I said I'll give you a few minutes, and I'll get back to doing what I need to do, my daily chores. But yes, it weighed heavy on my heart pretty much all day. Go to my description and check out the disclaimers I have. I'm just a damn old country boy. Reads cards. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jehovah God. I believe that He sent His Son to come here and sacrifice Himself for each and every one of us. And with that being said, I read cards. So if you have an issue, if you're a Christian and you have an issue with that, then you may want to scroll on. What's next? We'll get in. I'm gonna do a diamond spray. We're going to use the IKEF tarot deck. I'm going to use the IKEF tarot deck, and we are going to do a diamond spread, and I'll read the bottom of the deck, and it's going to leave a little bit extra time to cover these emails that I have. I hate running out of time trying to cover emails, because sometimes people send me emails and I hate to be pressed to answer them. It's kind of like I ain't doing them justice. That's how I feel, sort of. So, and I can't just do. I don't think it'd be as popular if I just did reading emails, but it is what it is. We'll give with every email I get, every one I respond to, I give 100%. I try to look at it out of the box and give it common sense solution. If it's a problem, we try to look at it and try to resolve it the best way we can. And I always, most of the time, I want everyone to feel that I am available if they need. And as today, like I said, even though I was underneath my house working, I was working on some pipes and whatnot. I took time to listen for a little bit, and then, but they understood. They understood, and they thanked me and said, "I appreciate you, Captain Reed." So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we'll start our reading. All of the cards we put in the upright position. If they fall in reverse, we take them in. We'll read them in reverse. We'll see where this goes and how it goes. Five of Cups. First card out. Five of Cups in the upright. Eight of Swords. A lot of regret here. Someone is in their head. Eight of Swords. Someone feels like they're trapped in thoughts. They're trapped in emotions. They're trapped in regret. Five of Cups and And the Eight of Swords. Five of Wands, about conflict. This energy from this email is already in this spread. I'm gonna tell you that right off. This is not gonna resonate with a lot of you. This is not going to. This, if it does, it's gonna be with a select group of individuals. If this resonates, it's gonna be specific to a. There was a conflict here, and there's some regret, and whoever they were in conflict with. They feel they still in their head about it. It is still in their thoughts. Yeah. Six of Cups. A lot of emotions in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse is someone wants to let go of what they feel. They want to try to get beyond a feeling that they have, this feeling of regret. They want to move beyond that if they can. Three of Swords, a lot of pain. There's a lot of hurt here. It lands on top of the dead center of the Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords. And what that tells me is that with the Eight of Swords and the Five of Wands, in the conflict, something was said. There's things that was said that was hurtful. A lot of regret that is involved here. And there's a lot of pain. I mean, on both sides. Four of Swords in the upright. There's someone here that has a lot of anxiety, can't sleep maybe, night they wake up with bad dreams. Page of Swords in reverse. Someone someone acted childish, said some things they shouldn't have said. Page of Swords is this is someone that took a cheap shot or lands on top of the Six of Cups. Yeah, you know, the Six of Cups is like memories. There's someone here, they want to let go of the memories that they have of whatever happened. Whatever took place, they wish they hadn't did it. There's a lot of regret. They want to. Four of Cups. Yeah, this person lands next to the Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this person acted like they didn't care. They said some things they shouldn't have said. And they couldn't take it back. They can't take it back now. They just can't, for whatever reason. I don't know what the deal is, but they can't take it back. And I'm telling you, there's some energy being pulled from this email. Yeah. The Empress. Some things were said. They acted like there's some apathy here. They acted like they didn't care towards a Empress, towards a feminine energy, a mother, yes, or a feminine energy. Six of Pentacles in the upright. This person wants some help. They won't need help. It lands on top of the Four of Swords. Or they could have been, the dispute, the conflict could have been about Pentacles. This could have been about money. This could have been about money, property, something material items. There was a serious argument that took place. A very, very serious argument. The Fool in the upright, lands on top of the page of swords in reverse. Page of swords is in reverse. The fool, whoever this is, whoever they feel like they acted the fool, they wish they could take back everything that happened. Divine guidance. They just the death card. I want you to remember this card. The death card. It lands on top of Empress. Yes. It lands on top of Empress. Very seldom I say this. Very seldom. You're not going to hear me say this often. But the death card is a transitional card. Very seldom will I ever say this card is in reality room temperature. Someone actually went through the transition and departed this life. Whoever this is was a spiritual person, a religious person. Yes. My mustache is messed up. I don't know what's wrong with it. This was a spiritual person. I'm getting more religious, meaning this person, they were deliberate, they were disciplined, they went to church, they prayed. Yeah. But there's someone here who feels like a fool. There was an ascension. It follows the death card, meaning in their spread, what this means is that this person transitioned and they ascended to another realm, to the Most High. Wow, you can't make this shit up. Unbelievable. When I'm going to read this email, you're going to see what I'm talking about when I say there's pulling, or the energy is coming off of Calvin. Yes. Calvin W. Whiskey. Someone feels like a trash can. Trash box because of what happened. Trash bin. Fool. I feel like a fool. Could. Yeah. Ace of Cups in the upright. Yeah. Love and happiness. Let me see what the next card is. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords next to the Ace of Cups. Someone was out of control. Their emotions, their words, their things that was being said. Very, very mean, hurtful. Yeah. Cut deep. Whatever was being said, cut very deep. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Again, I think this could have been a situation over Pentacles, money. What I'm saying is the conflict. What was being said, I think, was about money. White magic. They put some, whoever this is now, whoever this trash box is, whoever this person is that is in deep regret, is praying, and I think they're asking for guidance and help and healing in trying to displace the regret that they have. Yeah, they want to be happy. 10 of Cups. This person is praying for happiness. They're praying that they could find some way to the Four of Wands. I think that this was a happy family. They were happy. But there's something that got between them. Whoever this is, there's something that came between them. And I'm getting material. I'm getting something material, like Pentacles, property. Something that is a material item. Page of Wands. Yeah, there's some good news. It could be. It could be. The Page of Wands is also, it can be a growth It can be. It can be a growth. How can I explain that? Let's. Yeah, the Eight of Wands. I have two wands together. Uh, the Page and the Eight. I think this person is going to progress. It may take some time, but I think that this person is going to progress because the Eight of Wands is kind of like a progression card. It can mean quickly. It can mean haste, or speed. But in this situation, I think it just means progression, meaning moving in a direction. And the Page gives me indication or interpretation that there's healing here. There's something this person is going to begin to heal or find a way to heal. The Queen of Cups. Again, this is a feminine energy, a mature person that is a heal. It can be a healing, emotionally healing. This person, but they can be the Queen of Cups can be easily hurt. Emotionally. They're very, very kind. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. I want to see the Sun in the upright. The Sun and the star together. This is a heal. This person is seeking the Ace of Wands again. Another wand is a blessing of healing, a blessing of peace. It depends, because we're dealing with some conflict here. Obviously, there's some conflict. The Ace of Wands is like a peace offering, an olive branch, a high priestess. Whoever this person was, and when I say was, whoever this person is that went through a transition, they were very, very spiritual. Again, the high priestess comes out. They were very spiritual, religious. This person went to church. Whoever this is, they went to church. They were a praying, a religious individual. And whoever the trash box is, whoever this person is that has a deep sense of regret, this spiritual person thinks that you're innocent. Yes, that's what this is. When I prayed, I asked the Holy Spirit to give us a message. I guarantee you it's coming off of this email. I'm going to read this email and you're going to see what I'm talking about. It's a very, very touching email. Thought about it all day. Seeking support for long-term grief and regret. Yeah. Subject matter. Dear Captain, I'm reaching out because I would like your perspective on some deep, long-standing grief and regret I have. 8 years ago, my mother passed away in an accident. Right before her death, we had been in a terrible fight and had not spoken to her for about 3 weeks. On the night of the accident, I had the opportunity to speak to her, but because of the relationship history, I chose to remain angry, and I didn't take the chance to talk to her. Losing her that night has been the heaviest burden of my life. Makes me want to get emotional myself. I think about her every day, and I miss her terribly. And for the last 8 years, I have carried an overwhelming amount of regret for putting my anger before my love for my mother. I am finding it difficult to heal from the pain and the weight of what happened, and I realize I need professional guidance to process these feelings and find a way forward. A friend told me about your channel and suggested I email you, so here I am. Please give me your opinion or any suggestions you can offer to help me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the time you give your viewers, since Calvin. You know, it takes a strong man to admit what you admitted, Calvin. It takes a lot. You are an outstanding son. Don't ever think less of yourself. You shouldn't. It's okay to have regret. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's normal. Mm-hmm. But anger and love can exist simultaneously. Believe it or not. You can be pissed off and still love somebody. Absolutely. Don't ever think that it's one of those situations where you don't have the opportunity to undo what's been done. Sometimes we don't have that with living individuals, much less those that have transitioned. The only difference is living, we see him and it's a burden that we carry with us because we know that we have the opportunity, but we don't. In your situation, you don't. And it's understandable. It's one of those, and I'm going to tell you straight up, it touched me to the core. When I read this, I carried it with me all day. I promise you, it was underneath my house, and I was thinking about you and thinking about this. And when I sent you an email, and I expressed my thoughts. And what I'm saying now is more or less what I told Calvin. But how sorry I was for his loss. And I'm more sorry for the pain that he carries with him. If you have to, you're gonna have to seek some professional help. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Even professional help may not take away the regret or the pain you have because it was such a traumatic thing. It's gonna live with you for the rest of your life. It's one of those. You are a prime example. Whatever trauma that you sustain, I believe that you sustain it to teach others. And by this email, you're beginning to teach others. Yeah, don't miss opportunities. Don't miss an opportunity, because you may never get the opportunity again. And Calvin, that's the greatest lesson right here. You are an unbelievable teacher when it comes to what you went through. Yeah. So, you turn whatever pain you have into power. You turn it, the hurt that you have, into healing others. And by healing others, you heal yourself. That's a fact. I'm going to tell you that's a fact. What you feel, it's common. I mean, it makes sense. It's not like and it's not like, poor me. I know that's not what you're seeking. So, I'm going to suggest, you want me to suggest, I'm going to suggest you seek professional help. With that, I want you, if you're not going to church, if you're not a member of a church, I want you to start going to or become spiritual, for sure. But if you can, attend services. And most of the time within a group, in a church, they have groups that maybe a healing situation. We have a church over here, and a priest called Father Manny, and he does healings. And it's like that all over. You just have to search and Google, and I assure you, it'll come to you. But you are an unbelievable person. Yes, you are. And the message that I got out of this to deliver to everybody that's going to listen to me tonight is that don't pass up an opportunity. Yeah, you only get one shot, maybe. And Calvin is a prime example. Yeah, he regrets that he did not take the opportunity, because sometimes we put pride and ego and other things and anger over the love that we have for somebody. And you don't get that again. Sometimes you miss, it's gone. It's gone. Calvin, I'm going to tell you this. Your mother loves you. It didn't matter. I can assure you that. When I just said that anger and love can coexist, that's a fact. Yeah. No matter what I have done in my life, my mother and my father always loved me. I could have not talked to them be mad at them and think that I'm on, whatever the case is. They never, not once did they ever stop loving me. And I didn't stop loving them. It's just sometimes pride and ego gets in the way of things. I am so sorry for you, my friend. You call me. If you need, you definitely call me. That we will discuss, we'll talk. And I'll just listen. If that's what you want, I'll just listen. And we'll go from there. Thank you so much for trusting me to send me this email. Calvin, thank you. My good friend, Malika. Malika has a dream. Good day, Captain Reed. Dream interpretation. Good day, Captain Reed. I hope you're doing well this day. I would love to share a dream with you for your thoughts and interpretation, please. In this dream, I was walking in a forest garden area. I was looking down at my feet, and as I was walking, and it was thick with fallen leaves, and it was thick and soft. I was thinking to myself to be very careful because snakes could be underneath the leaves and brush. Suddenly, I saw a very large head of a snake. It was huge, as big as me, and it startled me. But then it began moving back away from me. And I saw it had no body. It was just a head, and it was moving very quickly away from me. I then saw at my left what I thought was dead logs was actually a big pile of snakes. Very large, different types and colors, all wrapped up together, not moving or threatening. But they were very, very large. It was shocking. In that part of the dream, I was outside of a building. In the next part of the dream, I was outside a building like a pub, and I could hear karaoke inside. When I walked in, there were a few people inside, and I walked away. I walked in, everyone cheered for me as if they knew me. They were smiling, and then I heard an announcement, closing time. Everyone then got ready to leave and started heading for the door. Could you help me decipher this? I was always told by my grandmother that snakes are enemies, but the moving head without the body is so different. What do you think, Captain? Thanks always, and God bless Malika. Yes. Well, I'm going to tell you this. When you're walking in a bunch of leaves and stuff like that, and like you got, I'm picturing like you got to feel your way through whatever it is. That is interpreted as uncertainty in life. It is in your waking life. There's a lot of uncertainty there. You could, for you, that's what I'm saying. For you, Malika, it could be some uncertainties. And for anyone else that dreams this, the hidden snakes and stuff, the fear of hidden snakes is like you worry about the unseen dangers, hidden problems that you have, that, things that pop up. I have them all the time. Yes, this is not something that we all do. Yeah. That's why I fuss at my baby girl, save your money, because you don't ever know. Save, because things pop up. Things that unexpectedly you're going to need some money. Yeah, then you don't have to come to daddy, but oh boy. let's get back to the dream for a minute. Yeah. Yeah, the big snake head, that when you bring up the huge, and it was as big as you, this is like a fear that you have. When a snake is, it can be enemies, but it's the fear of the enemies. It's the fear that you have of whatever is troubling you, like and it's like a no control. You losing control, um, as it pulls away from you. It's like a how can I put that? It's like a um, I can't a pile of snakes, but those snakes weren't coming toward. It wasn't mean. It wasn't aggressive towards you. So this just could be a bunch of emotions, deep-seated emotions that you have that you're dealing with. Um, Something that's troubling you, but that it's not threatening. Meaning, it's not. I don't know how to put that. It's not something that you have to have anxiety over. But it's something that it's just some issues that you're dealing with. Maybe no one knows about, just you. Talk about the pub. Let's talk about the pub. Yeah. When you enter the pub, it's like a sense of acknowledgement. Everybody's like, yeah, Malika. Makes me think of that show Cheers there when that dude would walk in. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. uh-uh. Yeah. Maybe you want some validation. Maybe. I'm just thinking. Out the box, Malika. I'm not, yeah. Maybe there, or a sense of recognition. Maybe there's something that you did, or possibly your subconscious is trying to tell you in your waking life that maybe you're not being validated, or you're not being recognized for something that you did. Because in your waking life, when something happens, our subconscious tells us, when we're dreaming, it's telling us, like, it bothers you, that there's something that you're not, because of the people in the pub, is what I'm saying. It's like those around you aren't recognizing you for something. That's what I'm getting, boo. Um, hmm. Yeah. Closing time. See, closing time. Everybody got up and was. Yeah, for you, I think this is a feeling of like good times. They don't last long. They don't last. It's good times. They're fleeting. There's something you wish it would last a whole lot longer. Yeah, opportunities. We talked about that just a while ago. Opportunities. Yeah, things end too quickly. Well, I hope I did your dream interpretation justification, boo. I hope you enjoy it. I like it. I always like when you send me a dream. Yes, some of them are amazing, interesting too. Yes, I hope you enjoyed the reading tonight. I I hope that you got something out of it. Like I said, this reading, it's going to be, if it resonates, it's going to be with someone specific, uh, maybe a small group, and but who knows? The Holy Spirit gives me a message, I deliver it. I had, in fact, I had an email from a reader, about the messages, like comments and whatnot. Yeah, but I didn't pull it to put it on there. I'm just mentioning that God loves you. Yes, He does. Yeah, I'm I'm happy to be with you again tonight. I'm glad that I'm able to. My bride's still in Destin at a resort with her cohorts, and my daughter's with her. So I'm going to go and fix me something to eat, watch a little TV, and most likely me and my puppies, we're going to pass out. But God loves you, Source Universe, our creator. I want every one of you to go to Retro. Retro has I'm going to put her on my, in my community posting, on my community board. Yes, if you can, go to her and help her. Buy cards. She does personal readings. Everyone I recommend. Share, peace, love. Melissa Fade. Yeah, that's Luna Fade on YouTube. Her channel's Luna Fade. Enlightened Auntie is another one. Super talented person, man. Unbelievable. And I hate to start mentioning because I forget some. And I don't want to forget any, but those that are close to me that I stay in contact with, I would love for y'all to share the love with them. Yes, show some love. I'm not asking you for me. I won't ever ask you for anything. I got nothing for sale, and I don't want any money. But some of my friends, they need the help. They do this for to supplement an income, and some do it, that's their income. And it's understandable. For me, I don't. I do this just for you. So, and you don't even have to purchase items. Just go and subscribe, like, share their videos. That helps with whatever that algorithm shit is. It helps. You go and it helps their channel. It gets them out there. It gets them seen. So ain't nothing wrong with doing that. I mean, and like I said, I'm not asking you for me. It's for them. Do it for them. I love you. I'm gonna try to do another. Ooh, you know what? I don't know. Tomorrow, I got something tomorrow. But we'll see. I may still be able to. I'll try to get one in. Maybe during the day. It's before I have to. Go take care of something. I'm gonna be with my daddy tomorrow evening. Yeah, I'm gonna be with him. So that being said, I love you, big. Yes, indeed. Y'all be safe. Peace out.